What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I am super excited because we're gonna be doing a full face testing brand new drugstore makeup. The beginning of the year is always a really exciting time because all of the drugstore brands specifically always come out with new launches like towards the beginning of the year, and this year was no different. We have so many new launches and so many of them look so good and promising, so I'm really excited. Like, we have new e.l.f., new Maybelline, new Wet n Wild, new CoverGirl. Like, we have a great mix of new products that I can't wait to try and let you guys know if they are good or not. So without further ado, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button to be notified of all my future uploads, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, first thing we have to try, I'm super stoked about. I have been keeping these in like a little pile to try for you guys, so I can't wait to try them. This is the new e.l.f. Holy Hydration Thirst Burst Drops. So these are supposed to be dewy and brightening. It says they have niacinamide in them, and they're supposed to reveal a radiant and juicy complexion. So I'm excited about that. I do also have brand new, this is from ColourPop. These are their Liquid Sun Glow Drops. So I'm gonna go in with these as like a primer. Oh, you know what? I see now, I didn't realize until right now when I put them on, these are supposed to be a dupe for the Glow Recipe Dew Drops. I didn't realize that because the packaging is like different. But yeah, that's definitely what this is supposed to be a dupe for. They feel very similar, going on like a nice kind of gel moisturizer feel, which I love. And they actually feel quite silky on the skin. I like the way they feel actually quite a lot. They feel very hydrating and like a nice base for like my foundation and stuff to go on top of. I don't think they give as much glow as the Dew Drops do from Glow Recipe, but definitely amped up my hydration. I actually think these feel a little bit nicer. They're a little bit like silkier feeling than the Dew Drops are from Glow Recipe. So I really like this. I will absolutely continue to use this, and I feel like it would be a nice base before you go in with foundation. So for foundation, we have a brand new one from Maybelline. Very excited about this. This is from their Super Stay line, and these are their Lumi Matte Foundations, which that sounds very interesting to me because I'm like, normally a foundation is either Lumi or it's matte. It's not normally both, but it sounds like something that I would personally really like because I love a matte foundation, but I have drier skin, so I do like a luminous finish. But I just don't know how that is both gonna work together, so that's why I really wanna try this. It says up to 30-hour wear on it and that it has amino acids in it, buildable, airy coverage, and sweat and transfer resistant. I have two shades. I have 250 and 128. I think 250 honestly is gonna be a better match for my neck, so that's what I'm gonna go in with. It does say to shake well, so let's shake it up. All right, pump top, which I like. Let's go in and see. I'm gonna just start with like that much and I'll blend it out. Just gonna blend it out with a little sponge. Obviously we are matching the color to my neck, not to my face, so I know it looks like completely mismatched, but I actually think this is gonna match for my neck. Ooh, this is actually quite nice. Blending like a dream, which I love. Because sometimes with matte foundations, they can be very like dry feeling. This one's not. It's definitely like a liquidy foundation. Like, it doesn't have like a mousse texture to it or anything like that, which I feel like a lot of matte foundations have. Definitely not a full coverage. Like, you can still totally see like my redness and stuff peeking through, but I don't mind that. I don't need like a super full coverage every single day. And I think that actually looks really nice on. You guys can obviously see the side without it versus the side with it. Let's go in on this side. That is like one full pump. It's a pretty big amount of product per pump. So I guess technically I did 2 pumps for the face. I'm gonna just blend this all on out. It does say that it's buildable. So once I get this all on, I can try and build it up to see if it gives us a better coverage. Because I would say off the bat, it's like a light to medium coverage. It's more coverage than your typical light coverage foundation, but a little bit less than like your typical medium coverage. But I actually really like the way it looks and feels on the skin. I'm gonna just pump a little bit more on my sponge and put that in targeted areas where I have some extra redness, like on my cheeks, to see if we can build it. Oh yeah, you definitely can. That definitely builds nicely, which I like. So you can get that targeted coverage in specific areas if you want to and build up the product. I really like this actually. I would say the coverage, it reminds me almost of like a natural finish. Like, again, it's not super matte, but it's not super dewy either. Like, you're not gonna look super glowy or anything, but it's not like a completely flat matte finish. So it's very nice. And I would say that this foundation could work for both oily and dry skin, again, because it kind of has that like natural finish. So I think Maybelline slayed this. I think it looks pretty dang good. If you want something that's like a buildable coverage that's not necessarily super matte or super glowy. Okay, I have no new concealer, so I'm just gonna go in with my normal concealer on these under eyes real quick, because then we have a new powder that I'm very excited to try. All right, now let's jump to the powder. Okay, these are new from e.l.f. They gave us a powder version of their viral Halo Glow liquid filter. So you know the Halo Glow, which is basically like a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. It's like a very glowy liquid product, and I personally love it, but they gave us a powder version, which I'm really excited about. So I have a few different shades here. I'm thinking fair warm. I'm gonna use this one on my under eye area. They do, when you open them up, have a mirror and a little puff. So I'm just gonna use a little puff that it comes with. And I'm gonna use this to set my under eye because I believe it's supposed to have a little bit of like a luminous finish. So I wanna see how that looks. Because if you're an OG and you've been watching me for a long time, I used to love Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana, which was a very similar, it was like a glowy kind of powder. Oh my gosh, and this is giving like the same vibes as that, because they discontinued that a few years ago, and I have been searching for like another drugstore alternative to it, and this literally may be it. Oh, it's pretty. It has like a glow and luminosity to it. So I don't necessarily know that you're gonna wanna use this all over your face, unless you want that. But if you prefer like a more matte face, but for the under eye, I feel like that looks really nice because it gives brightness and like a little bit of glow. What do you guys think? Oh, I like this. It definitely helps to blur too, but it does not feel drying on my under eyes. Oh, I'm so excited. And this comes in 12 different shades. I think for me, maybe I might use a shade, like a hair darker than this next time, because it is definitely very brightening on my under eyes, but I like it. And it gives glow, but it's not like super glowy. Again, it's like kind of similar to the foundation. Like it's not a crazy glow, but it's definitely giving like a very subtle glow. So I like that. Now I want to see how it looks all over the face. Like I said, I don't know that that's necessarily how I'll use it, but let's go in with light neutral. Just a little bit more neutral of a shade, and use this just to set all over the face. If you want to set your foundation, but you don't want to be super matte, this could be a great product for you. It definitely is blurring, which I like. Not sure that I will use it all over my face because I don't know that I like the glow necessarily everywhere. e.l.f. used to have like a glow powder. I forgot what it's called. That was like a loose powder. So this is obviously a pressed powder, but I definitely like it for the under eye because I like that little bit of glow and brightness on my under eye. So this is definitely a product that I will continue to use. Okay, up next we have the Maybelline Super Fluff. So this is brand new from Maybelline. This is basically a tinted brow gel, except this is, oh, it says brow mousse, and it's supposed to softly volumize your brows. I don't always love products like this, so we have to see. I actually really like the packaging though. I think it looks super cute. I have this in shade soft brown. Okay, tiny spoolie, which I like. Sometimes they give you these with like big spoolies, and I'm like, if you have like big fluffy brows, it'll totally work. But if you have like thinner brows like me, it's not gonna work. Because this is tinted, I'm gonna start midway through my brow just so we don't make the front too like pigmented. Bring it through the tail. Ooh, this is actually pretty nice. And then I'll go towards the front at the very end. So you kind of have that gradient. Okay, this might be one of the most natural like tinted brow gels that I've tried. Maybe because it's like that mousse consistency, but it actually looks pretty natural, where a lot of the other ones I've tried just make my brows kind of look crazy because they're a little too like almost pigmented. I like this one. I definitely would recommend going in with like a light hand, which I would do with any tinted brow gel. But for like an everyday quick, if you wanna just fill in your brows and not spend 20 minutes, this is really nice because it gave me a little tint and helped to kind of get the brows in place where I want them. So I would say that this is a win. All right, Maybelline is doing pretty good this year. Okay, for our eyes, I have a new little shadow stick. So this is from L'Oreal. This isn't like brand spanking new. I think these have been out for like a couple months now. Let me get the, has little plastic packaging on it, which I'm always terrible at removing. Little wrapper. There we go. So this is called their Lay Shadow Stick. So bougie sounding. And this is in the shade Magnetic Mauve. So it's basically just like an eyeshadow stick, which honestly for me sounds like a dream because it's quick and easy. So I'm just gonna go on my eye with this. Ooh, this is like an icier color than I thought. This is also very creamy. Because I feel like a lot of times shadow sticks are very like dry feeling. This does not feel dry at all. Let me go in with like a little brush and do a little buff and blend around the crease just so that there's no harsh lines. This is actually very pretty. Because it's creamy, you can still like blend it, you know, with a brush, which I like. Some other like liquid or cream eyeshadow products can be kind of difficult. This color is really pretty too, very cool toned and like icy. You can see once I apply it, like if you want it to be super pigmented, you can just apply it on its own. Once you blend it and buff it a little bit, it is going to lose some of that like color, but I prefer the more natural kind of like wash of color look. Either way, very pretty. I want to try these in more colors now because this is for like a quick, if you just want to put something on your eyes, this is really quick and easy and nice instead of having to do like a full out eye look with a bunch of eyeshadows. I like this. I want to see if they have like a bronzy sort of color that's like a little bit more warm tone. So I feel like that would be really nice for like every day, for me at least. Okay, now for lashes, Maybelline came out with a glitter version of their Sky High mascara. So I'm very excited about this. I'm gonna go in with a normal mascara first. This is just the Milani Anti-Gravity. This is like the usual one that I use just to coat my lashes because my lashes naturally are not super dark. And I feel like for glitter mascaras to show up, I need some sort of mascara underneath first. If you are naturally blessed with super dark lashes, you could probably skip this step. Okay, mascara on. Now let's try the glitter mascara over top. I needed this during the holiday season. It was like going viral. I actually tried to get it, but now I have my hands on it. I mean, a little glitter you can use at any time. Ooh, it looks so pretty. Okay, I'm excited. You know what? I'm gonna wait for this to fully dry because I feel like the mascara is still a little bit wet because I don't want to get my black mascara on this wand. I just want, you know, the glitter. So let me let this fully dry. I would suggest doing that if you're applying a black mascara first. So while we let that dry, I'll hold on this. Let's finish off the rest of our face and try some products. So these are newer from Physicians Formula. These are their Mineral Glow Diamond Bronzer. So this looks like a very glowy bronzer. This is in the shade Bronze Gem. Looks like that. I'm gonna get some on my brush. Press this on. Ooh. This is pretty. Sometimes I don't know about like glittery bronzers. They can be hit or miss for me, but this one's actually really pretty. When I use a more glittery bronzer, you'll see instead of like stroking on my face, I kind of like press it into the skin and I feel like that works better, but this actually looks quite nice because it's glittery without being like too glittery, you know? I like it. Okay, I was gonna say it almost has a creamy texture to it. It is a cream texture. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Because like when I was applying it on, I thought this was a powder, but it's not. It's a cream. So then yeah, you definitely want to pounce it like this. Very, very pretty though. I don't think I have any other like cream glowy sort of bronzers like this. Like most of my other cream bronzers are matte. So this is really cool. And honestly blended quite well over powder, so I can't complain. Now I'm a little nervous to apply powder now back on top of it, but I do want to try this blush. This is from the new Wet n Wild Hello Kitty collection. This is their ombre blush. It does look really, really pretty. So I'm just gonna get my brush in kind of both sides and then just tap over that cream. This would obviously be best over another powder. I wouldn't necessarily normally apply a powder blush over a cream bronzer on my cheeks, but it's actually working. The color on this is pretty. I like it. It's like a peachy kind of pink. And I like the little Hello Kitty, giving me Hello Kitty vibes. And then we do have a highlighter that's similar to the bronzer. This is their newer Diamond Dust highlighter. This is in the shade Luminous Gleam. So now that I know that these are creams, I'm gonna use my finger. Oh wow, that is pretty. Okay, see, wait, no. Now this one is a powder. See, it's deceiving. Okay, this is a powder now. So I'm gonna go in with a brush. This looks like it's gonna be very glittery though, so we gotta see. Okay, yes. Definitely glittery. Sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of Physicians Formula of a lot of their highlights because they're very glittery and I personally don't always love a glitter highlight. It doesn't actually look that bad over my like texture though because I have a lot of texture on the top of my cheeks, so sometimes glitter can just really emphasize it. This one actually does glide over it. It's probably not gonna be like a favorite for me, but if you like a highlight with actual like glitter, you'll probably like this. It kind of has a very pinky, peachy sort of undertone to it, which is very pretty. I just typically like highlighters that have glow, but not necessarily glitter, if that makes sense. Speaking of glitter though, I don't mind it in my mascara. So let's jump back into the glitter mascara and now let's layer it on top. I think my mascara should be dry. Yes, okay, here we go, on top. Ooh, this is actually really cool. I wish I had this for New Year's. It gives me such New Year's vibes. I'm wondering, I don't know if it's gonna show up that good on camera, but like in person, you can definitely see the glitter on the lashes. I hope that you guys can see it on camera. It's like subtle, you know, it's not gonna look like I dipped my eyes in glitter, but it's actually really pretty and gives like this additional sparkle to your eye. I hope that shows up and that you guys can see it, but I like that it's not too much, you know, like it's more subtle, but still definitely there. Oh, this is pretty. Obviously not something I'm gonna use every single day, but definitely cute, like for a special occasion or something. Okay, for lip liner, I have this L'Oreal Color Riche lip liner. I believe these are newer. I have not tried them personally. This is in the shade Worth It. I think it's like a dusty kind of pink. Yes, that's pretty. Nice and creamy, just to outline the lips. And now I wanna try one of these new Maybelline lippies. These are their new Superstay Teddy Tints. So I have 3 different colors. I think, should I go the lighter one or should I do like a bolder, kind of darker lip? Let's swatch and see. So this one is Mascara Tear. Looks like that. Ooh, that is bold, but that is pretty. Kind of like a purpley brown almost. Then we have Current Mood. Ooh, I love that one. These are like the kind of lip colors that I really like. I think that's the one that I want to try, but let me swatch the other 2 for you too so you can see the different shades. I have Skinny Dip, which this one looks like it's gonna be a little bit more pinky rose, also a little bit darker. And then we have Knee High, which is a little bit more purpley. So these are basically like a matte liquid lipstick. They have like a moussey kind of consistency, at least that's how it felt like when I was applying them to my hand. And they're supposed to basically leave like a tint to the lip. So I'm gonna go in with Current Mood because these are like the sort of colors that I normally love and apply. Ooh, they have a very pleasant scent to them. It's very different. I have like no lip product with this scent, but it's nice. They definitely have that moussey kind of consistency to them, but they still feel hydrated lips. Like I can still totally like push my lips together and stuff. Ooh, this is really nice actually. I like this. Lip tints seem to be a really big trend right now. I feel like in 2025, we're gonna see a lot of brands coming out with a lot of lip tints. This is really, really nice though, because it's matte, but it does not feel drying to my lips. And I love this color. Okay, and then last but not least, we have to try these new color, I was gonna say ColourPop, but they're CoverGirl lip glosses. These are their new Yummy Plumping glosses from the Clean Fresh line. I have these 3 shades. I feel like the brown glitter is calling my name. This one, more neutral kind of glitter. This is in the shade Blingtastic. When I posted these on my story, I got so many people DMing me being like, girl, you're gonna love them. So I'm excited because normally you guys know when I'm gonna love something. So I'm gonna go in. Oh, wow. Anything that gives me this glittery glow. Oh, this is pretty. I love the glittery finish and like how glossy it looks, but it's not sticky. They are apparently supposed to be a little tingly, so I'm gonna let it sit for a second because I think they are supposed to be plumping. Okay, it's been a few minutes. I definitely have the tingling, but it's like a minty tingle. Like it feels nice and like almost like cooling on the lips. It doesn't feel like the kind of like plumping lip glosses that hurt your lips and feel like you have like Tabasco sauce on them. So y'all were right. I do really, really like these. Very pretty. I am definitely gonna be using these. But that was everything, you guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you gonna check any of this stuff out? Are you gonna skip on it? I would love to hear. I will link everything and list it all down in the description box if you wanna check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.